And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the finals, the grand finals here of LiuLi Cup number 38. Again, this is a monthly tournament, monthly tournament series, I should say. Shout out to LiuLi, shout out to Saber for hosting this event on a regular basis. Also, shout out to Saber for reaching out to us as well to cover the event. For those that are curious, this event did take place 2 weeks ago, around 2 weeks or so ago, but we weren't able to cover it live at the time just because we've been so busy with our schedule, so busy covering other events. So we did put it off as a replay cast instead. But again, seeing that, of course, it was the return of Scarlett, we had to be there for it. We had to be there to cover the event, at least via replay, so we are catching up. And again, when it comes to LiuLi Cup, they're usually different formats. Like sometimes 1 month it is like a straight up 1v1 best of 9. Sometimes it's a GSL group. Sometimes it's a round robin group. Sometimes it's 8 player. Sometimes it's 4 players. This time it was 4 players, best of 5s into best of 7s. So they do kind of adjust. They do actually adjust and have different formats depending on the month, depending on what what tickles their fancy and what they want to go into. Here we had a 4-player single elimination bracket, and we have our top 2. We have our top 2 players, our top 2 finalists here are Zerg and our Terran, Scarlett, and GuMiho. And we are jumping into game number 1. Let's go. We're jumping into game 1. And we'll see how this story ends. We'll see who comes out on top. As spawning in the top left-hand corner here of King's Cove, we have the Canadian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Scarlett. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have her opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran. It is GuMiho. We go. So jumping in. Oh my god, and GuMiho, he does kick things off with what? With not just one SCV, with 2 SCVs. GuMiho, he's an animal. We kick things off with a proxy 2-rax. Proxy 2-rax being sent across the map. The raxes are going to be thrown down over towards the right hand side, over at the 4th base location. Oh boy. And we'll see how this all comes together. What I will say, these raxes are actually a little bit further away. We have seen some more common locations here towards the left-hand side, or even here on top of the elevated area here towards the center of the map. But regardless, raxes are on the way. Gases are being taken. Hold on. So usually 2x Marine Bunker Rush is gasless, of course, as you need no gas for any of that. With gases being taken, is this 2x Reaper? I would assume so. This is not a thing. Proxy 2x Reaper here out of GuMiho. Okay, you have my attention. Meanwhile, Hatch Gas Pool, standard opener out of Scarlett. Does go for the standard opener. Yep, 2x Reaper. Okay. Hon Mono, is that you? I know Hon Mono, he does this every now and then. I know that Bjorn it's very rare for Bjorn, very rare. But in general, this is almost a never seen build in this matchup. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what GuMiho can get done. We'll see if he can get some worker kills. We'll see if he can catch Scarlett out. Let's go. As Reapers are coming. And here we go. Reapers are going to be rallying in. Behind the Scarlett is freely droning. Queens are on the way, Lings are on the way as well. The Reapers will hit first, it will hit hard, and they do hit the main. And from here, Scarlett should recognize, hold up, this Reaper is insanely fast. Something is wrong, there must be a proxy. Already saves the worker, nicely done. Morphs into a gas. Roach 1 gets thrown down. We are committing to the gas. We're going for the Roach Rush. We're going for the Roach Rush here. A quick response here from Scarlett does cancel the gas geyser. So staying on 1 gas for the time being. Ooh, but Lings are being cleaned up, trying to buy time here for the Queen. Sprawl on the way to save the drone. But the Reaper count's getting a bit out of hand. So far going for the Queen as well. Reaper does pull away. Oh no! Does pull back. Does survive. And with that Pixel Fold, Lings so far has not lost a single Reaper. So far, 6 drone kills. Reapers, they rotate. GuMiho transitioning back at home. We have a factory on the way. Heads towards the natural. Low ground is exposed. The drone's going to be falling. Yeah, this is brutal losses here. Getting 1 and getting... Oh! Just the 1 drone. Oh, that could have been so much worse. Getting clean defense here from Scarlett. Roach production has begun. Again, all of 1 gas. Skipping link speed. And the Roaches, they arrive. The King goes down. Pissed off a Queen. But Scarlett holds. Scarlett does hold. We can see there cannot counterattack, cannot move out. Is still stuck at home because of the Reapers. But again, very impressive. Scarlett only lost one drone. Only one drone is full in the defense. I mean, a drone and a queen, to be fair. But Scarlett is redroning, resaturating behind this GuMiho, going for a 1-1-1, or going for a factory into starport before CC. Once again, hyper aggressive. Tech Lab going for the early Cyclone. We're going to hunt down the Overlords. We're going to hunt down Overlords. We're going to apply more pressure. GuMiho is still just hyper aggressive here. With a starport, we could go for a medevac or even into a tech lab into Banshee. Overlord does confirm. And it is going to be that medevac. So we're following this up with Cyclone Harass. Now, Scarlett does have the slightly better economy on 2 bases. That is true. The economy is better. And again, Scarlett does hold with those roaches. Again, was all off of 1 gas. Oh, Overlord does go down. Reapers back into the main. They do snipe 1 roach. Scarlett setting up in the low ground, trying to catch out GuMiho. Up, and barely will. Yeah, another Reaper goes down. GuMiho does slip away. Just getting as much value as he can with these Reapers. Boys being pulled. Boys being pulled away. And here come the Cyclones. And again, the purpose of these Cyclones should be to hunt down Overlords, but potentially even to hunt out key roaches. Roaches here and there. Lair is just now on the way. Scarlett trying to redraw, resaturate, getting a 3rd base. Taking up to Lair, taking gases. Behind this, Banshee production has begun, so medevac into Banshee play. Natural being taken, 3rd base on the way. From here, uncertain if GuMiho is going to embrace mech. But he probably will, as the Raxes are being thrown down. Or they're being hunted down. Lock-on on the Ravager. Ravager does break the lock-on. Lock-on being spent on the hatchery instead. Can he go for the expansion? Ah, not quite. A little bit greedy. Rax goes down. The other one also being used to scout. So we should be seeing more factories. That would make the most sense here. As Banshees are on the way. We have Armory as well. So GuMiho, he's embracing mech. Catching out a queen. GuMiho drops into the natural. Likewise, Spire is on the way, so far unscouted.
Base is under attack.
Getting ready for me to play. Cyclones, they get forced back. Reapers back into the main. Other Reapers that still pose a threat. And they will get some drone kills. 1, 2, 3, 4 drones going down. But they don't scout the tech. They do not scout the Spire. Not yet.
Command center upgrade complete.
Likewise, go for the queens. Oh my god, 1 queen goes down. But doesn't see what's going on. We have just pure tank production underway. The Banshees are soon to arrive. So far, 2 Banshees, no cloak. But they find more drones. Nice, Morphin of Viva Chambers. Does save them. The drones are saved. Ooh, another worker goes down. But the mutas are coming. The mutas are coming. 7 mutas on the way. And there's still no anti-air. Like, there's still nothing that shoots up. I mean, I guess we have 2 Cyclones. We have 2 Cyclones in the medevac. We have some safety turrets on the way. GuMiho preparing for the worst. And more turrets being thrown down. So we're going to have a turret in each mineral line. Likewise, a turret covering the main army as well. So he's just hurtling. He's just hurtling up at this point, just fully walling up, fully walling off. He's got tanks for the ground army. He's got turrets as well for the would-be mutas. Mutas move out. Now we can still find some damage, but oh god, now cycling production has begun. Just a really secure setup here from GuMiho. Mutas, they make their way across the map. Again, they hit a little bit too late. There is a gas geyser that's exposed. And then we get a couple of SCVs. Oof. It's gonna be 5 SCV kills for 2 mutas. And they don't get much more than that. 7 SCVs. Okay, not bad. Oh god. 7 SCV kills. Scarlett does get away. Behind this, here's a droning, getting a 4th. 1-1 upgrades. And economically has recovered. Thankfully, this also forced GuMiho back home. So the game will continue. GuMiho now claiming a 4th. Getting his 4th on location. Building up macro accelerators. Blue Flame is on the way. GuMiho is still just turtling up, pushing forward with more turrets. And Scarlett going into Swarm Hosts. I mean, they have their place against mech, true. Now, my concern here is that Swarm Hosts are ideal against a slower form of mech, against a tank-heavy style, against a player that's going into macro accelerators, and against a player that's going into battle mech like this, it can be difficult. Just because there's a higher chance that GuMiho can find and catch the Nidus Swarms and the Swarm Hosts out on the map. Here's a poke in. Ooh, we trade a muta for 3 SCVs. Cyclone's moving out. Move out across the map. Likewise, Nidus on the way. So far unscouted. So far so good.
Research complete.
Sensor tower is now done. GuMiho he rotates over. Looking for the mutas, he finds the Nidus. Nidus is going to be shut down. Mutas, they do slip into the main. Nidus into the main as well. Not bad. And here comes the main army. And GuMiho, he's distracted. Is distracted here. Does deal with the mutas. Roach Ravager hits the forward base. Bailing's ahead for the mineral line. Oh, the Wiles! Oh my god. Don't quite connect. 7 SCV kills. Nidus does not finish, does not complete. And GuMiho holds. GuMiho does hold on. Shuts down the Nidus Worms. Does bleed out 7 SCVs. So far, it does hold. Where's Nidus on the right hand side. GuMiho pushing right down the center though. And the Swarm Hosts have yet to really get a Locust Wave up and running, but there we go. This time they will. GuMiho still trading well though. Catching up more queens. Yeah, 3-4 queens go down. Locust Wave into the natural. Natural is exposed. And she does find some SCVs, not bad. 7, 8, 9 SCVs going down. Tonight's mining at the natural, picks up a couple of depots. GuMiho is hunting for that Nidus. We'll find it. Down goes the Nidus Worm. Nidus on the way. GuMiho rotating over. Denying vision. Oof. Nidus does finish once again, but this time there are benches in position. Yeah, GuMiho all over this, all over the Nidus Worms. We spoke about it, like this heavy Cyclone style is just so much more active, so much more mobile. It is more difficult to get these Nidus Worms up and running, not impossible. Has already had 1 Locust Wave. Nidus pops. GuMiho is aware. And GuMiho, he will find it. GuMiho, he did notice the creep, but didn't respond. Did not respond to the creep. A bit of an oversight there from GuMiho. And this will delay the planetary. A will delay. Professor coming in, lands a fungal, not bad. Got a decent fight here from Scarlett. Ooh, but pushing into tank fire. Brutal losses again. The lock-ons are insane. GuMiho Sunset Sword takes out all the Ravagers. Again, the Cyclones, they just mow through all the Roach Ravager. The army crumbles. And GuMiho is breaking through. He's breaking through for now, pulling back. Waits for reinforcements. That was a brutal trade for Scarlett. Locust Wave is found. Finally, GuMiho will deal with the Nidus. And GuMiho's maxed. GuMiho's maxed out with a terrifying army. Scarlett down in supply. Bearing in mind she's playing Roach Ravager, so being down in supply is even worse, as it is very supply inefficient to begin with. And this is going to be a brutal hold. Now there is potential for a couple of fungal growths. That is true, but it may not matter. Bailey's a smash in. They shut down the Hellbats. And that was a decent fight initially here for Scarlett, but there's still just so much behind this. It doesn't matter. Oh, defensive Locust Wave. Locust Wave is spent. GuMiho pushing forward. Cleans up the Locust. And from here, GuMiho stumbling out of control, breaks down those spores. Files here take down the Liberator. But the tanks, they stand strong. And bases are falling. Bases are falling one after the other. Scarlett has no answer to this. The Locust Waves were lackluster. Scarlett was able to get one mineral line, or a couple of SCVs, I should say. I think it was 9, right? 9 SCVs went down, which was good, but we needed more. In the end, the Stormers did not really pay for themselves. Outside of that, they denied a planetary, but they didn't get any more damage. And with that, GuMiho is breaking through. The Locust Wave can deal with some of these tanks, though. We go 1, 2, 3 tanks going down. Nice miles. Very nice miles towards the end. Scarlett trading as best she can, but GG gets called. There's still just too much to handle, and GuMiho takes game number 1. Whew, GG. GuMiho does take a lead in the series. Again, a very quirky, very crazy style early on. Remember, it was Proxy 2-Rax Reaper, not Marine. It was Proxy 2-Rax Reaper. Scarlett did defend very well against it, going into Roaches, but the follow-up was brutal, going into Cyclones, into Banshees, into Mech, which is where GuMiho did thrive. Scarlett did go into Muta play, was 3-base Muta, just 7 Mutas to harass across the map. The Mutas weren't really worth it though. The Mutas, they got a couple of SCV kills, but nothing major. GuMiho was able to prepare ahead of time. GuMiho, he was able to, even though he didn't scout what was going on, he was turtling anyway. So we had safety turrets all over the place in the mineral lines, covering the main army as well. There was enough to defend, and GuMiho was already going into battle mech to begin with, so plenty of Cyclones. GG. GG, well played. With that, GuMiho does take a lead in the series, and now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. As we are loading into ley lines. As spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have the Canadian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Shopify Rebellion down in the series, looking to tie things up in this best of 7. Again, plenty of games have us, plenty of games to come. It is Scarlett. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have her opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, leading the series 1-0. It is GuMiho. We go. As once again, Once again, 2 racks going for the proxy. Oh yeah. 2 games in a row. Why not, Pappy? Why not? 2 games in a row. GuMiho does send out 2 SCVs. So did I say 2 SCVs? My apologies. 3 SCVs. Sorry, I was looking elsewhere at the time. My head was in my hands. This time, no gas. So this time it should be proxy 3 racks marine here from GuMiho. This should be a bunker rush on the low ground. This is that much more committed, that much more dedicated. This is gonna hit like a truck, and Scarlett, moving out with the Overlord, will scout this. Thankfully, Scarlett will see this at a time. Upon scouting and confirming this, Scarlett has a couple of options with how she wants to respond. She can respond with roach play, she can respond with pulling the boys as well to try to break this position. We'll see how Scarlett does open. For now, it does confirm 2 Raxes. It does confirm the initial Raxes. From there, it does not pull the boys yet. Still droning, still saturating. We'll spot the SCVs moving in. SCVs do push forward. And bunkers are on the way. Your spawning pool is done. Link production has begun. Boys are being pulled. And it's going to be on Scarlett here to make sure this bunker does not get up and running. Scarlett, I mean, again, it's proxy 3 racks. So there's more Marines. Yeah, there are more Marines here. Nice start stepping out of GuMiho. Takes on 1, 2, 3 workers, 4, 5. This is getting out of hand. This is becoming too much. Far too much here. 6 drone kills, 7, 8. This is game ending. This is game ending damage. This is 10 workers going down. This response that Scarlett went for was designed to shut down proxy 2 racks, but with 3 racks, there are more Marines, more than normal. Nice stutter stepping, nice kiting here from GuMiho, and GuMiho will overwhelm. Will overwhelm this. Taking down all the Lings, taking down 10 drones. Scarlett down to 10 workers. Scarlett has a worse economy than GuMiho, as GuMiho's on 17 SCVs plus mules. And Scarlett is rejoining. Scarlett rejoining, resaturating. But at least Scarlett saves the expansion, right? At least Scarlett saves the natural. GuMiho going for the CC from here. A couple of Lings do cut across the map. GuMiho building up a Marine army. And this is a rough start for Scarlett. And we'll see where our players go from here. GuMiho steps in, takes down a Queen. Yeah, Queen goes down. Gets 1, gets 2. GG gets called. There's nothing at home to defend. And GuMiho will take the game. We'll take a 2-0 lead. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, too many losses there, unfortunately. It was a misread from Scarlett. Scarlett, by pulling the boys, again, that is designed to shut down a proxy 2 racks. With 3 raxes, it's brutal. Basically, there were more Marines than were expected. Because there were more Marines, the drones were punished, the Lings were punished, and everything just went south from there. What was Scarlett supposed to do? Against a proxy 3 racks, you can take a couple of different responses. You can take the, you just don't pull the boys, or instead you go for a spine crawler response to delay, get your Queens, get your Lings up and running. You don't necessarily chase off of creep in such a way. You would be more tentative, more conservative with your workers. Again, that was like a proxy 2 racks defense, more so than a proxy 3 racks defense. Overcommitted with the workers. And with that, we're getting into game number 3. Getting into game 3, and we'll see how our players turn this around here. I'm hoping for a back and forth. GuMiho has proxy 2 racks every game so far. Or I should say, going for a proxy every game so far. We'll see how we adjust coming into game 3. And spawning in the top right hand corner here of Frost Sign, we have the Canadian Zerg player, the Red Zerg from the land of Canada, representing Shopify Rebellion. Ooh, it is Scarlett. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have her opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, represent currently teamless. It is GuMiho, leading the series at 2-0. And this time, no SCVs. This time there is no proxy. For the first time this series, the Rax is back at home. Again, GuMiho had a spicy showing so far with a 2-ranks Reaper in game 1 and Proxy 3 ranks Bunker Rush in game number 2, but now the Rax is back at home. Oh my god. Meanwhile, gas first. Scarlett's going for, I mean, so the way this series has been playing out, this makes sense. Scarlett with the gas first opener, this could be two things. This could be a Bane Bust or this could be a Roach Rush. Because of the proxies and the cheese that GuMiho has been going for, this would be almost a hard counter to that. But as we can see, GuMiho is going for a standard opener instead. Now, we'll see if GuMiho SCV scouts. If perchance doesn't SCV scouts, then this can pop off. Again, we'll see if we throw down the Baliness or the Roach Warren. Where will Scarlett take us? Where we headed? As Scarlett goes for a delayed expansion. As there we go, we do have the low ground CC. No SCV scout, 0 SCV scout from GuMiho, but Scarlett pulls out of gas. So Ling speed pulls out of gas. We're not going for a Roach Rush, we're not going for a Bane Bust, only insanely fast Ling speed. Lings are moving out. The purpose of this would be to avoid the Reaper and to delay the CC, but Scarlett is going through. There we go. Scarlett does avoid. The Overlord did confirm the Reaper, so nice moves out of Scarlett. Does avoid the main scouting path, and with this can delay the CC, might even be able to force a cancel, which would be insane. As Lings, they do hit the CC. They will delay. Reaper races back home. Boys are being pulled. Scarlett will pick off the Marine. Very nice catch. Marine goes down, but the CC will continue. With that, Scarlett gets a full scout. Ling speed is almost done, and we have a Ling Flood. Oh, we're not joining. Scarlett is not joining. Scarlett cutting workers at 21, going for a massive Ling Flood, going for the all-in. Behind this 1-1-1 out of GuMiho. Ooh. This is going to be clutch. So GuMiho delays his third CC. Delayed third CC, faster starport, faster Banshee production, faster units in general, but Lings, they pop up, they get another SCV. Another SCV goes down. And Scarlett's hoping to catch that Hellion, and Scarlett will catch the Hellion. Oh my god. Down to half HP. Hellion tries to kite back. Is going to be zoned away. And there we go. More Lings have arrived. They catch out the Hellion behind this. We have reacted Hellion on the way. Can Scarlett break down that wall though? Not so. Yeah, won't be able to. Won't be able to. Behind the Scarlett now starts running up. This is a big commitment here into Scarlett, but into Lings from Scarlett. And does delay mining, but doesn't do much more than that. So 4 SCVs was nice. It was a nice start. Bearing in mind that there's no third command center, so this is a little bit more committed from GuMiho. GuMiho, are we going into BC? No shot. No, add-on swap. So Viking into add-on swap into what should be Banshee play. Thank God. Yo, when I saw the Viking first, now for those who are curious, a Viking first is designed to hide tech, is designed to typically hide something like Battlecruiser. The reason for this is because when you open Viking like this, it means that if you're going Banshee, your Banshee and your cloak is going to be delayed because you made a Viking first. So typically this would be unseen and unscouted, and you would not expect Banshees because this is an inefficient and delayed way to get into Banshee tech. So this is a cheeky build here by GuMiho. This can hide basically early stim or even BC production. Meanwhile, Armory, it's going to be a Banshee Hellbat push. Oh boy. It's going to hit quite hard. Viking landing into the main. Getting a drone. Getting one and getting two. Hellions, they poke in on the right-hand side. Getting another couple of workers. Quick Eva chamber there by Scarlett. Does protect the hatchery. Scarlett going into roaches. Against GuMiho makes sense. But behind this, the armory is done. Banshees are moving in, and here comes the Hellbat push. Even going into Hyperflight Rotors. Ay, ay, ay. What do we have to defend? Ooh, 16 lings. That is not enough. How many queens? Only 6 queens. Yeah, Scarlett's not ready for this. Scarlett didn't see this coming ahead of time, and Clutch Transfuse saves one of the queens, but there are just so many Hellbats, and GuMiho is waddling into the mineral line, in towards the natural. Cloak Banshee getting free damage on the queens. Drones are zoned away. Oh no, they stack! No! Oh my god, they do stack up. GuMiho, don't think he notices. Gets it anyway. There we go. 9 drones, 10 workers go down instantly. 11 drone kills. And this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of control. We have 6 roaches coming in. This is a slower push here. A little bit of indecisiveness out of GuMiho. But there we go. Pushing into the main. Javelin run by. Hellions are back home. The wall is solid. Lings, they do nothing. And more workers are getting roasted. More queens are going down. GG gets called. And GuMiho will extend his lead at 3-0. 1 game away from claiming the series. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, this time a more aggressive start out of Scarlett. Unfortunately, wasn't quite worth it. If you recall, Scarlett cut workers at 21. 21 drones, rush into link speed, did delay the CC, and did get, I want to say, 4 SCV kills. I think 7 in total. 3 initially, and then 7, then 4 after that, 7 in total, which was okay, but again, wasn't quite worth it. The other scary thing, of course, was the 1-1-1 that GuMiho had gone for. Scarlett did scout the starport before the CC. Just hyper aggression out of GuMiho. Unfortunately, Scarlett was caught droning. Scarlett was caught getting ready for a longer and later game, whereas instead it was just straight up Banshee Hellbat push instead. And with that, GG. We're now loading into Whispers of Gold, and again, we're hoping for a back and forth, but this has been a bit of a quirky series. We have yet to see any standard play, any macro play. True, we saw some mech and we saw a bit more late game on King's Cove, but that was very different. That was a very different dynamic of a proxy Turax. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Whispers of Gold. We have the Canadian Zerg player, the red Zerg, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Scarlett. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, 1 game away from claiming the series and winning this best of 7, we have the South Korean Terran player. It is GuMiho. We go. And welcome one also Whispers of Gold. Whispers of Gold is a very small map. Short rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored on this map, whether it's something like a Hellbat push, for example, or roach base all-ins. Aggression is favored here. We'll see how our players will approach this. This time, hatch first. Hatch first out of Scarlett. Racks at home for GuMiho. Here we go. As we are settling in. So hatch gas pool. So far, nothing crazy, nothing wild. I would say that this so far is the most standard opener that we've had the entire series. Remember, game 1, GuMiho went proxy 2-axe Reaper. Game 2, GuMiho went proxy 3-axe Bunker Rush. And game 3, we had gas first out of Scarlett. So this time, standard opener from Scarlett, standard opener from GuMiho. Never mind. Never mind. So GuMiho does go for a Rax Expand, but GuMiho, he will skip the SCV Scout, which is crazy, and he skips the Reaper Scout as well, which is even more crazy. Considering what happened last game, considering the gas first build, this is greedy, this is risky here from GuMiho. GuMiho is cutting a lot of corners here, playing blind. For all he knows, there could be early gas, there could be a Roach Warren, there could be a Bane Nest, there could be aggression coming his way, but GuMiho, he rolls the dice, he rolls well. Yeah, skipping the SCV Scout, skipping the Reaper Scout, going Reactor Marine. This can lead into a 2-on-1. This can lead into a 3-Rax. We'll see where this takes us. Now, okay, this can also lead us into BC. There's a lot of possibilities. Now, with the Reactor Marine, what this does, one, yes, it does mean an earlier and higher Marine count, but it also is a way to deny scouting early on. The purpose here should be to deny the Overlord Scout. And because he's looking, he's searching for the Overlord. Scarlett does make sure she's hugging that pillar. Is now aware that, you know, the Overlord is in danger. Again, this SCV, I believe, should be looking for said Overlord and going for a delayed scout towards a 3rd. And again, what are we hiding? 1-1-1, no third CC. Just like last game, no third CC. With this starport, we can go for a fusion core. We can go for, once again, a Viking first. So this can lead into the same build that we saw last game. Tech Lab is on the way. This feels like an add-on swap into Banshee. But her elite bunker being thrown down. Marines, they just head across the map. Yeah, they're going for the third. Scarlett responds with the Roach Warren. GuMiho freestyling a little bit here. Zoning away the Marine. Sorry, zoning away the Lings. No Ling speed. Uh-oh. Yeah, no Ling speed. Scarlett going straight for Roaches instead. First Queen is going to be targeted. There's no transfuse. Oh, it does get the Queen. Bunker does complete, but nothing to fill the bunker. Hellions, they just rush on past. They do get eyes on the Roach Warren. Drones are being pulled. Drones getting roasted. Getting 3, 4, 5 drone kills. Getting up to 6. Oh no, they're lining up. Getting up to 7. Oh god. 7 workers. 7 drones go down. The reason why the boys had to be pulled here was because there's no Ling speed. There's no Lings. We're rushing into Roaches. But that is brutal damage early on. 7 drones go down. And Scarlett, sure, she's rushing into Roaches, but the problem here is that we have Cloak Banshee, or we have Banshees. Banshees are designed to shut down Roaches. GuMiho here, denied entry into the natural. Scarlett in position. Scarlett does deflect. GuMiho force back. Command center is on the way. CC on location. And how many Banshees? 1. Only 1. Going into Buy, going to Stim behind this. Hellions, they hit the third. Getting another drone. Oh yeah, more drones going to be going down and getting up to 3 more workers. Scarlett, no lair. No lair, no roach speed. Scarlett, for the most part, I would say she's stuck back at home, stuck droning, stuck defending. And GuMiho should freely be able to get into his third. GuMiho should be free to do so. Overlord is being hunted down. From here, we have our Rax explosion, getting up to 6 Raxes back at 7. Yo, we 8 Raxing? Jesus. Oh my god. That's a massive Rax explosion here from GuMiho. Production explosion even. Scarlett back at home going to +1 range. Still no Link speed, so just pure Roach Ravager out of Scarlett. And GuMiho building up to, yep, 8 Raxes. 8 Raxes, 3 CC. No 4th base, no gases. This is going to be a 3 base all-in out of GuMiho going pure Marine tank. And this is a solid map for it. Again, Wisps of Gold is a small map, short rush distance by ground. Now, an A-Rax against someone that's going Roach Ravager, we'll see how this turns out. Roach Ravager can be, at times, more efficient, especially with their biles, especially when it comes to trying to catch out those tanks. Keep an eye on Scarlett. As the Banshee does poke in, gets a couple of drone kills, gets a couple of workers. Likewise, Scarlett droning up actually quite hard. Has been droning up quite heavily here, and GuMiho still not quite pulling the trigger. Again, making 11 Marines at a time, waiting for combat shields. 1-1 is done, and now the push is beginning. Still building up. Scarlett likewise getting to +2 range. We have Infestors on the way. Let's go. That is a good way to support the Roach Ravager. I say Roach, really the Roach army. No Ravagers yet. GuMiho does poke in. Tank volley going off. Second tank has arrived. And the all-in has begun. It's all or nothing with GuMiho. Does him in. Takes down one of the queens. Takes down a queen. We need those infestors. Decent concave here, but the tanks, they are sieging up, and Scarlett abandons the third. Does pull away, morphing in some roaches. Trying to at least. Again, morphing whatever she can. Hatchery does go down. Making use of the broodlings. Decent concave. Files, they graze the medevacs. Fungal comes in. And the Marines are going down. But those tanks are still getting so much damage in the back line. They're just, the tank volleys are brutal. Scarlett pulls back. Third base has been broken. Scarlett does saturate the fourth. I guess a new third. New third base is saturated. GuMiho pushing forward. Files, they take down one of the tanks. Oh, they barely do not. There we go, the tank does go down. Tank barely falls. Mobiles connecting. Getting barely a second tank. And getting on top of the final tank. Yeah, the Ravagers, they do connect. They do connect with the Biles. Whew, and Scarlett holds. Scarlett, she barely holds on. Did cost her a base, did cost her an expansion, but she saved the drones. That's what's important. Did save the mineral line. Scarlett on 87 drones. Now Scarlett gaining map control, breaking out. We have another infestor on the way, getting to +2. GuMiho losing a lot of momentum. Again, 0 tanks remaining. More tanks on the way. Scarlett double expands. GuMiho will force a cancel. Oh, does get a kill. Yeah, kill auto cancel on the hatchery. Nice pick off. Oh, Fungal doesn't connect. GuMiho avoids the Fungal. Stims on forward. Catching out a couple of roaches. A fusion core? Is he going into BCs? As a follow-up? This is not for Liberator range. No shots. Actually, maybe it is. There's no tech lab on the starport. What is happening? Okay. Liberator against Roach Ravager. Interesting as a follow-up. As GuMiho is built up to 2 tanks, he has a hefty bio army. How many infestors? 0. Ooh, 0 infestors. Scarlett trying to slow this down. Goes for a couple of piles. Marines, they stim in. They go for the dive, they go for the Ravagers. A lot of them are being targeted down. Oh my god, every single Ravager falls. GuMiho breaks through the main army. GG gets called, and GuMiho will claim the series at 4-0 and will be our champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played. GuMiho will claim the win here. Again, an intense game number 4. Initially, Scarlett was holding, was surviving. It was impressive, but without infestors, without fungal growth, you could see that the Roach Ravager could not hold its own. Roach Ravager cannot fight head-on against a bio army like that without that fungal support. Again, it was impressive that Scarlett held the first wave, and Scarlett was on 87 drones, 87 workers, was double expanding, but the map also comes into play. I'll be honest, if we were on any other map, Scarlett survives longer, maybe holds, maybe takes the game. What I'm referring to specifically on Whispers of Gold, the rush distance is short. This is the smallest map in this tournament map pool, so it takes even less time for the all-in to get across the map. Scarlett has less time to morph in units, less time to gather energy, less time to reinforce. So, I mean, that's why all-ins are more popular on Whispers of Gold. GG. GG, well played. With that, GuMiho does overwhelm, and GuMiho does claim the series. GG, well played. Again, a hyper aggressive series here out of GuMiho with proxies, with mech, with all-ins. We did not see a single standard macro game. It didn't happen. Did not happen at all here in the finals. Well, that's GuMiho for you. Again, GuMiho, he's one of the more unorthodox and quirky and flexible Terran players out there. When you look at the Korean Terrans, some of them are aggressive, don't get me wrong, like your Marus, your Bjorns, they can be very aggressive, but GuMiho, he has a lot more, he's a lot more willing to mix up his builds and just shake things up. Again, we had proxy 2-racks Reaper, proxy 3-racks, we had mech, we had 8 racks 3 base all in. GG. GG, well played. Something different every game of the series. And shout out to Scarlett, because Scarlett may have gone down to GuMiho, but Scarlett did an amazing job making it to those finals. And again, Scarlett has also been on hiatus, right? Scarlett, she has been gone for quite some time, taking a break from StarCraft, focusing on Zero Space, of course, focusing on other RTSs, and likewise focusing on again, other IRL commitments as well. So it's great to see Scarlett return, and again, to make it to the finals to bring down Jeshi was a strong showing here regardless. And I'm excited to see if we see more of Scarlett coming into the qualifiers for future events. Scarlett, she didn't just come back for LiuLi Cup. If you remember, she also came back for the Boomer Bash. Scarlett was also competing in the Boomer Bash and also had a really good showing there as well. That was over on Wardy's channel last month. And yeah, we'll see if she takes part in the RSL qualifiers or in some of these other events as well. Technically, possibly, we could see Scarlett at Dallas. Of course, Scarlett, I believe, is elsewhere, not in the Americas, not in Canada at the moment, but there's a chance that we might see some travel. It's still uncertain as to who is going to be at Dallas. Dallas is a couple of weeks away. When I say a couple of weeks, 2 weeks. Jesus, two weeks away, almost on the date here. 2 weeks away is DreamHack Dallas, so that is going to be an interesting one. I think for me, I'm most excited to see who signs up. Who's going to be there? I know that visa issues are a concern for certain people, depending on where you are in the world. It takes longer to get visas in some countries than in others, so that definitely is an issue. And because we don't actually know who's going and who isn't. So our eyes going to be peeled to see who does compete at DreamHack Dallas. Likewise, of course, GSL also underway, and we are going to be going over those replays next week. GSL broadcast. Let's go. That is the plan. Otherwise, wait, there's a DreamHack? What is going? Yes, this is DreamHack in 2 weeks. DreamHack Dallas is in 2 weeks. And what's the other big event? Stars Agora is first week of June is Stars Agora, and last week of June is Home Story Cup. Also, end of May is season 2 of GSL. Bear that in mind. And EWC is in July. So there's a lot. There's a lot of StarCraft, a lot of content going on. And we're going to be here to cover as much of it as we can. As always, Pappy, as always, we're going to be here for all the content, for all the StarCraft. When it comes to what's happening next here on the channel, we are going to be calling this a little bit earlier here. I do have some show matches to cover via replays. I have Special versus Beyond, and I also have Beyond versus Creator as well, both in best of 5s. But we'll be cutting things a little bit early here today. Just want to take things a little bit slower. It's been a really intense week. And it's going to be an intense couple of months, actually. So I do want to take things a little bit slower than usual. Let us switch our scenes over and catch up on our schedule. Bam. There it is. There is our schedule. So we just wrapped up with our morning broadcast of LiuLi Cup. Tonight we have the Pondcast. That is our weekly talk show where we go over all the news of the week. To give you a taste of things that we're going to be discussing tonight, let's double check. We have the Chicken Man interview. We have SOS. True, SOS, he returned for GSL qualifiers and he's been competing in some weeklies, and he just joined Streamer Zone. GuMiho, he just joined his new team as well, S8UL. He did join his new team. We have other events going on with StarCraft Evolution League. We have Euthermal CV2 Circuit to go over. We have Brazilian Circuit and a lot more content to discuss when it comes to results and tournament results of the week. So there we go. I still have to actually listen to the Chicken Man interview. How long is it, actually? Let's have a look. 35 minutes. Jesus. Okay, that's a long one. I'll do my best, Pappy. I'll do my best. I'll do my best to try to catch up on this before the Pondcast. So we'll be catching up with the Chicken Man interview. I might actually listen to it on stream. Might do that. Amazing. So yeah, of course. I mean, right now it's on the community. It's on us to step up to host our own tournaments and to broadcast as much as we can and to bring you as much StarCraft as we can as well. You know, RSL is a big part of that. KSL, Wardy circuits, of course, as well. Plenty of content on the horizon. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Do appreciate the support. We are going to be heading off for the time being. And again, as you can see here, for our schedule, we're going to be live at 7 p.m. KST. That is going to be at 8 p.m. AEST. That is in 7 hours. In 7 hours time, we are live with the podcast. Tomorrow we're going to be live with the May Mayhem in the morning, in the afternoon, as well as Duckling Open, Sparkling LiuLi Cup, and the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit. We have a lot of content over the weekend, 2-3 events a day, so it's going to be a very jam-packed schedule. Time to ladder, yes. Because I have a little bit of time here today, I do plan on going live on my personal channel and laddering a little bit. I'm gonna go quickly get some food. I'm gonna maybe get a banana or something. I'm gonna quickly go and get some food, something to eat, and then I'll be live on my own personal channel with some StarCraft. Also, if Babylings is up to it, if she's up to it, then I'm more than happy to play some team games as well. So we might play some team games on stream, just to chill, just relax, just to decompress, and totally not panic and totally not yell at each other. It's going to be amazing, I'm sure. So if you're interested, check that out. Otherwise, we are going to be going live and we're going to be having a cheeky ladder session again before the podcast. I might also listen to the Chicken Man interview on stream as well, just so I can take some notes. I usually take some notes in regards to the interview to have things to discuss, of course. Coming back, yeah, it's all good. Take your time. It's all good. Take your time. But otherwise, we're going to be heading off for the time being. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Again, if you want some more CranKy Duckling action, then ! Socials in the chat, and you'll get a link to our social medias. We do, of course... we do, of course, upload on YouTube on a daily basis. Plenty of content on YouTube. Plenty of content to come. So it's all there over on YouTube. Otherwise, you can also follow myself at light_VIP. Again, I do stream whenever I can. I don't get to stream too often. This is my second stream of the week. I barely get to ladder, barely get to stream. But every now and then, I go live on my channel to ladder a little bit, to smoge, to play some Final Fantasy, and to sometimes play some other games as well. Sometimes. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Again, we'll see you guys later on tonight for the podcast, or we'll see you guys tomorrow for the May Mayhem. Otherwise, hasta luego. Thanks for watching. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. Thanks for watching.